Now that we know students are going to be learning from home for the rest of this school year, I've been thinking a lot about equity and access and not everyone has access to technology that they need for online learning, and actually, there are many ways for students to continue learning in ways that are even better than using technology, especially for our younger learners in the kindergarten through second grade age bracket, where getting their hands on stuff, getting moving, is all the more important for their developmental needs. So I wanted to share with you some hands-on math activities that are pretty low key. They don't take a lot of preparation and can be done with things that are easy to find around your home. So first we have hands-on math with stuff you find outside. So this is literally stuff I found outside my home just walking around, and I want to show you how you can use it to do some math activities. All right, the first picture you see here has leaves that are in clusters of 2 on the far left, clovers which have clusters of, it kind of has 3 leaves in its pattern, and then the last one is, you can see 7 points on the leaf. And so what came to mind with these is skip counting. So the first picture, you could be skip counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on and so forth. The next one you could be counting by either 3s or 6s. I could see it being done either way, so like 3, 6, 9, 12. But if you thought about like the curves of the leaf, you could be doing it by 6s, so 6, 12, 18, so forth. And then the last one you could be skip counting by 7, so see how each leaf has 7 points? 7, 14, 21, 28, so on and so forth. So skip counting is a fundamental skill for multiplication, and so an activity you could do is maybe say, hey, go find something out in nature that comes in groups of 2, or that comes in groups of 3, or comes in groups of 7, whatever the case is, and then have students write multiplication sentences to match and practice their skip counting and their basic multiplication skills. Next, as I was looking at the clovers, I thought about fraction work. And so in the first picture, I was thinking about the clover in thirds. So the first clover has 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. It's a whole clover with 3 out of 3 parts. The next one has 2/3, 1/3, 2/3, 2 out of 3 parts. The final one has 1/3, 1 out of 3 parts of the clover are there. You could take that further and see that each of the leaves of the clover is kind of divided in half, and so then you could think about it in sixths. So this clover has 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6 of the whole clover. This one has 1/6, 2/6, 3/6 of the whole clover, and this one has 1/6, 2/6 of the whole clover. So with this, kids could be exploring their fraction words, they could be exploring splitting the whole into parts, they could be doing addition and subtraction of fractions, anything that you can think of with fraction learning on that clover. Next up we have tally marks. So you see that when you group the sticks in this way, you have a group of 5 and 1, 2, 3 more, that makes 8. A group of 5 and 2, that makes 7. A group of 5 and 1, that makes 6. This whole idea of grouping and counting on is a fundamental math skill for kind of kindergarten through first and second grade. We want to be able to have students saying 5 and 3 makes 8, 5 and 2 makes 7, 5 and 1 makes 6. So by working on tally marks, they're working on grouping skills and counting on skills. Okay, this next one that you see here is in an arrangement that we call a 10 frame. So you see this picture on the far left, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 rocks out of 10 possible that would complete the 10 frame. And this arrangement is something that we use often in early math, and it's for helping students gain a concept and visual of 10 and to help them with their counting on skills. And so this will come in especially handy as a building block for when they get into later long addition, long subtraction, carrying, borrowing, regrouping, all of that. And so we want them practicing with 10s frames early so that they can get that really solid understanding of counting on and the concept of 10. And so the first 10 frame, like I said, you see a column of 5 and then 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 out of 10 on the 10 frame. Next you've got 5 and 2, that makes 7 out of 10 on the 10 frame. And finally, you've got 5 and 1. That makes 6 out of 10 on the 10 frame. So with these, you could be making up addition and subtraction stories. You could be just practicing counting on. You could be combining a full 10 frame and then a partial 10 frame for that 10 and grouping. So if I had a full 10 frame, that would be 10 and, say I had this 10 frame as well, that would be 10 and 6 makes 16. Or if I paired it with this one, a full 10 frame and this would be 10 and 7 makes 17, so on and so forth. So this is the 10 frame with rocks. Again, just stuff I found outside. Great activity for foundational math skills. Finally, this is a collection of all the different items I found outside that day, and this could be used for our young learners for one-to-one correspondence. So you see we've got 1 mushroom, 2 flowers, 3 leaves, 4 flower petals. So you could have your student just gathering up these items, like go find 1 of this item, go find 2 of that item, go find 3 of that item, and then have them organize them in this way so that they see that one-to-one correspondence and the building of numbers. Another idea I thought of with this is it kind of reminds me of a graph, and so this could be good for data work. So you can be asking how many more, how many less questions. So how many more rocks are there than flowers? How many less leaves are there than bark? So lots of different question formats that you can use with this. And that's just one more view of the arrangement. So hopefully this got some wheels turning, got some ideas out there for you. I love the idea of having kids go out into nature and find items. One side benefit of this project for me is I found it kind of peaceful and calming, so there was a social emotional aspect to it as well. So good luck out there. Hopefully this activity was helpful and gives you something pretty low maintenance that you can do that targets some really important math skills for our early learners. Thanks.